The little zoo that could meet the pond squad that could.
The guys honor their agreement and stick around the Gulf Shores to help take care of some monkey business.
So the only thing I haven't seen is somebody actually pooping in their hand and throwing it at people. That's where we're drawing the line on this one.
For years, hurricanes have wreaked havoc on the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo, causing them to relocate inland. The Pond Squad will help them overcome adversity by designing a unique water feature for their very first exhibit.
I would say this is a first for me. I've never been part of a zoo at at its infancy.
The Little Zoo That Could is a haven for over 500 exotic animals, and now nature calls for the certified Aquascape contractors to bring this monkey refuge to life.
It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. We had our certified Aquascape contractors out with us, made all the difference in the world.
The zoo's fight for survival has become a long road to success, and the squad couldn't be happier to design an island paradise for these playful animals and their selfless keepers.
Your zoo is officially started.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's September 13th. Hurricane Ivan is howling across the Caribbean, leaving death and destruction in its wake as it heads straight for the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo.
People along the Alabama coastline are preparing for the worst. They say if Ivan hits anywhere in this vicinity, the question is not whether or not there'll be damage. The question is how much.
Good evening. The outer bands of Hurricane Ivan are hitting the U.S. Gulf Coast tonight. Now officially a Category 4 hurricane, Ivan has top sustained winds of 135 miles an hour. Projections indicate Ivan could track into the eastern part of the Gulf of Mexico sometime this weekend.
An extreme weather pattern like this is highly unusual along the Alabama coastline. At 2 a.m. on Thursday, September 16th, Hurricane Ivan makes landfall in the town of Gulf Shores, home of the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo. It is an unforgettable experience for Zoo Director Patty Hall and her staff.
Hurricane Ivan hit us in September of 2004, and we were not able to open the zoo back up until October 2005. Now, I've been here for 17 years. We never had an evacuation until Hurricane Ivan, and then the next 11 months we had 2 more evacuations for Hurricane Dennis and then Hurricane Katrina. Then our series started on Animal Planet, and after the very first episode, a local businessman, Mr. Clyde Ware, and his daughter Andrea donated 25 acres to the zoo so we would never have to evacuate the zoo again for flooding.
All right, here we are, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let Motel tell you about the project, and Ed, why don't you go ahead then and give us the lay of the land for the day.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, glad to see we got the whole team out here today. We're going to get this project done. Today we're out in beautiful Gulf Shores, Alabama. We're over here at the site for the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo. This is going to be their new location. It's going to open up in about 2 years. But today, got a whole team of certified contractors from all over the country working on a project for the spider monkey exhibit. This is going to be a really cool habitat for them.
How many spider monkeys on this one?
I'm not sure with the count, but I think we're going to be somewhere around 12 to 15.
Okay. Will there be room for Chris?
There's a good possibility. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have a 1931 yacht on the other side of the island that you guys are fixing to see. That is going to be the houses for the monkeys. The monkeys' cages are going to be built right into the cabin of the boat. Only way you'll access these islands is by water. So all the keepers, when they come over here to take care of the animals, they'll be accessing the islands by boat. So that's going to be really cool as well.
So spider monkeys don't like to swim?
Allegedly.
That's why they drove the boat here.
Yeah.
Not a bad office for the day, huh? The little zoo that could meet the pond squad that could. This is our project for the day. This is our office for the day. This is my kind of speed right here.
These are the crystal clear waters of the Lake of Tambora, and the monkeys landed their boat here. Big hurricane came, knocked the urn over, and the whole premises behind this is that the water that is flowing out of this urn is the water that is feeding back into the waters of Tambora and running across Spider Monkey Island.
You came up with all that?
Well, I just made it up. Sounded good. Did it sound good? Yeah.
We've got a 25-acre parcel out here. We're really just getting started with everything. We've started moving dirt, getting some of the elevations up and going. What we're concentrating right now is kind of working from the inside out. And so we've taken the 3 islands that we've got in the middle of 2 lakes. We're working on those first. We've got some great habitats designed. We're real excited about it. The animals are going to absolutely love it, and I'm sure you will too.
It'll be a long day.
What do you want to get done by the end of the day today?
I'd like to have the waterfalls flowing, and we can do the landscaping tomorrow.
You good?
So it's 9:30. We have a late start this morning. It's going to be a long day. You guys ready to do this? Yeah. All right, let's go to work.
So, Greg, my biggest concern is that 10-foot slope we have there.
Yep.
And the only rocks that'll be to scale with that size slope is these guys.
The big ones.
And these are a little big. But if we got 4 or 5 more of these style type rocks,
okay.
So I'm thinking like 5 pallets of those 3 to 5 per pallet.
Okay, I got it.
I don't think he's got it.
This is a nice place, Fran.
Yeah, and it all started with me wanting 6 stones to go under the swing at my beach house.
Oh my gosh! Well, these will be a good pallet.
This is just what we need. We got big boulders. We got some nice 2- and 3-man boulders. This is going to work out real well.
How awesome is it that Fran's on 59, which is a stone throw away from the actual zoo? Beautiful place. The guys are going to love these rocks. And Fran, what a hoot! I like your style.
Here we go.
All right.
So it's awesome to have a project like this. Like, we've done tons of projects at zoos before. The zoos all over the country, but this zoo is kind of special because of the story and everything else that's going on with the zoo. But for me, it's neat because nothing else is done yet. They talk about the lion exhibit going over here and elephants going over there and exhibits they haven't even thought of yet that still have to be figured out. We're doing the monkey exhibit over here, which is going to be a focal point for the whole zoo.
It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. We hit everything really hard in the morning and everything just went really smooth. Our challenge was we had to work our way down that stream because we had this narrow little channel to work in. Once we had that overcome, we started dropping in those big boulders. The guys came behind us with little stuff, some of the driftwood and big logs and stuff like that. It's looking awesome. We're gonna have to dig, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
So that would be our angle. That would hit there, that would hit there, but that ain't gonna come out far enough. Let's get it close and see what she looks like. Right there.
It's weird, even that way you'd have to dig a little out.
I knew we had to dig. You keep saying it. Without fail, whenever I'm building the waterfall, Brian has to give us 2 cents about it. He's always looking over my shoulder, making comments, even when I'm not asking him for it. But at the same time, his opinion is pretty valuable when it comes to this type of stuff. What would you rather see? So this...
Oh! What? Really? Really?
Yes.
Hold on, let me call my mom and tell her this is a special moment.
Am I hearing things? Was that Ed just asking for my opinion? Like, you're kidding? I can actually count on 1,000 hands how many times Ed should be asking for my opinion, but I can count on one hand how many times it's actually happened.
Normally I like that sheet of water, but because everybody's looking at it from the other side, I think you need to get that white water.
The oxygen.
Yeah, get, you know.
Have it tumble around.
Good? Can I call home yet?
I suppose you can. All right, we have a mark back there. We're gonna move it back.
Hold on, Ed.
We got a tiny one.
Let's get a selfie. You're crowding the rock. I want to show my mom the rock you wanted advice on. Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Everybody feeling bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, full of vim, vigor, and vitality this morning?
No.
Oh yeah.
So for the rest of the day today, however long we get, we got to finish this waterfalls up here, and then I think the big thing today, Motel, right, is we were going to plumb this up.
Yep.
And have it fall down into this area over here, right?
Right, and it's going to transition around this side over here and almost tie into this stream.
So one of the things about building ponds is you're constantly thinking about the next step and what you're going to do next. And one of our big projects that we still have to do was that urn behind me, and having the water spill out of that urn and then twist all the way down that hillside and then blend in with the bottom there. One of the things I thought would be neat is to actually have it drop down, not come all the way down the hillside, but maybe halfway or a quarter way down the hillside and look like it blends in up into the upper half of the stream. This not only will still look good and keeping the same design, but cut our time down in half.
So instead of building a separate basin over here, we're going to connect this urn to this basin over here. We'll figure out the pumps and the plumbing to do that. That will allow us to get this water feature built, hopefully before it rains today. All in favor of this executive decision by Brian?
Oh, I'll back
All right. All right, let's get to work.
So the real secret to this project is you almost have to be the monkey. You gotta think like the monkey. You gotta really engulf yourself in this monkey lifestyle, right? The only thing I haven't seen is somebody actually pooping in their hand and throwing it at people. That's where we're drawing the line on this one. That's where the monkey business stops.
Yesterday, when we're rushing getting everything done, we broke one of our solid rules. Never finish the edging before the project is completed and running, because you might need to make some adjustments of the liner. Now we have some problems. We got water in here. The liner is a little bit too low, so now what we need to do is pull all that rock out of there, raise the liner back up, bring in some soil. It's going to set us back a little bit. That's what happens.
So we fired up the waterfall, and we always, just take our time to make sure all the edges are good. And Trey found a low edge over on the side here. We didn't put in a sufficient weep hole, and a weep hole is basically a channel that allows the water, if it's moving in the wrong direction, to go down through a cavity through a bunch of gravel and then daylight back out underneath the stone rather than it going out and over the liner in the other area here. This little trickle of water that's moving through here will find that gravel, almost like a French drain, go down through that gravel, back out underneath the stone rather than going this way and out over and that way. So we're buttoning this up, and we'll get it all fixed here pretty soon. We want to make sure that this thing's bomb-proof, because coming back out to an island with a bunch of monkeys is not an easy thing to fix.
we have a really neat detail on this project. We have this big rain barrel effect. This is supposed to look like all the water starting from this barrel. So the water is going to be pouring out of this, and it's going to connect in with the rest of the stream system. So what we have to do is we have to connect our lining system to this concrete wall. We don't want it getting behind our rubber liner. We want it to stay in place. So what we have our EPDM rubber membrane. We have what's called the termination bar or a batten strip. What this is going to do is we have holes in here. It's going to bolt the liner to the concrete. In between the liner and the concrete, we're going to use a silicone sealant. That's going to make that connection, so any water that hits here will roll its way down inside of the liner. Now in front of this, we don't want to see any of that mechanical stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and do a rock face along this wall to transition from this old Mayan rune look down into this eroded stream bed. So we got all these big boulders and all this stuff. Then it's going to connect in with the rest of the waterfall system.
All right, I see a lot of high-fiving going on.
What's up? Yeah, because we're getting close.
Nice looking strip. So what are we doing here with, we got 2 o'clock? Give me a status update.
Status update.
When will I see water flowing out of that base?
I can turn it on in 30 minutes if you want me to turn it on.
You can turn it on right now if you want.
All right, you go work on landscape. We'll finish this.
These rocks.
Okay, you want to finish that little edge?
Yeah, I'm got it.
After you get my coffee?
Yeah, nice one, Mr. Executive.
Hey.
In fact, next time you come over here, check with my executive assistant. We'll schedule something.
Think you could work at a coffee for me too? Macchiato?
Yeah. Hey, get my buddy one too.
This zoo has been in the planning for 10 years, and this project is the beginning of the construction phase of the zoo. We're very excited about it. We're now starting to see the fruition of all the work that came before it. We have picked this particular spot because it will be the first exhibit people will see as they come out of the main building.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Whoa. Yeah, well. Let there be life. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your zoo is officially started.
You ask people, I am never at a loss for words, but I am now. I had no idea that it was going to look like this. I mean, it's the biggest, nicest exhibit we have ever had at the zoo in its 27-year history.
Oh, this is fantastic. It's way more than we ever thought. I can't imagine people not doing anything but oohing and eyeing, and we've really set the bar for the whole rest of the zoo, so we've got a lot of work to do.
Well, the little zoo that could, that has been doing for a long time, is going to be the bigger zoo that will as soon as they get this place opened up. So it's fun to be able to build the very first exhibit for this place. It all turned out great and we had a blast, and I got to be dirty. And whenever I get to get dirty on a project, that's a good project.
It's taken us a long time to get this zoo off the ground, and to have this as our first exhibit to show the people what this zoo is going to look like. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I am just thrilled.
Do you want your yard to be featured on Aquascape Pond Squad? Go to our website to find out how.